Time to edit the video.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Drop it.
Hello, and welcome to Unicom's 400 subscriber special at the Dayton Mall in Dayton, Ohio. I am your cruise director, Kristen, and I am pleased and honored to mark this occasion with a special episode. As you can see from the graphic, this mall's doing quite well, which is an anomaly. It's even more impressive as Dayton Mall has lost 2 anchors in the last 6 months. Elder Bierman left in August when the entire chain closed, and Sears closed in November. When I read that this mall was losing both in such a short period of time, I fully expected to visit and discover this mall had taken a turn for the worse, but so far so good. I know we're a dead mall channel, but this is being presented to you outside of our normal series because it's nice to know there's a mall still thriving in spite of obstacles, especially in Ohio, the unofficial dead mall capital. Don't worry, I just filmed 3 yesterday that are our normal style. We'll be working on getting those out to you very soon. Dayton Mall opened in 1970 and was the second enclosed mall in the Dayton Metro after Salem Mall in 1966. It was the largest mall in Southwest Ohio until 1989. The mall was designed and developed by the celebrated mall architect Edward J. DeBartolo's firm, which was based in Youngstown, Ohio. I think this is the 3rd mall of theirs that we've covered. They also built Finley Mall and Century 3. At opening, Dayton Mall was home to Reich's, Sears, JCPenney, Liberal Supermarket, and a single-screen movie theater. In 1972, a second screen of the movie theater opened on the top floor, and 4 years later, 2 additional screens opened on the opposite side of the same floor. It's a really unusual setup. Interestingly, one account I read said that screens 3 and 4 are still existing intact behind the drywall on the 2nd floor, essentially next door to 90s Nails. In 1982, 4 more movie screens were added that did not have mall entrances. The cinema screens began to close in 1993, starting with the 3 on the 2nd floor, with the final one going dark in 2001. In 1982, Reich's received its first name change to become Shillitoe's, and in 1986 became Lazarus. All the Lazarus locations were converted to the Macy's nameplate in 2005. In 1984, the mall underwent the first of two significant facelifts, adding a food court, skylights, and changing the floors throughout the property. Until this point, the area where the food court now stands was described as a dark, empty, dead zone. The second facelift took place in 1995. JCPenney moved from their original space to a newly built home that replaced the mall's main entrance. Cincinnati-based McAlpin's moved into the previous home of JCPenney. After this addition, the mall housed 150 retailers and had expanded to 1.4 million square feet from just over 1 million. McAlpin's remained at the mall until 1998 when Elder Beerman moved into its former space. The DeBartolo Group was merged with Simon Properties in 1996, shortly after the remodel. Simon held on to this and many malls across the country until 2014, when some of their properties were spun off into their own real estate trust called Washington Prime. Washington Prime owns malls primarily in the Midwest and Southeast, and their malls are generally well occupied. Their design decisions tend to be fairly safe. You won't see any giant baseball glove chairs in a Washington Prime mall, but you also won't see much color either. They're doing a good job keeping them full, though. A review of their portfolio from their annual report last year shows that most of their malls have an occupancy level of 85% or higher. So, what are they doing to keep them so full? If you notice, they're employing a lot of junior anchors, especially in the wing leading from the former Sears and Elder Beerman, and there are a lot of larger spaces with bigger stores in them. They have grouped their empty storefronts into blocks and have leased them out to larger retailers. The smaller storefronts and the anchorless wings are generally independent, smaller chains, with the big national chains concentrated toward the middle. Elder Beerman has been vacant for 4 months, and Sears had been for just less than a month at the time that this was filmed. It will be interesting to see whether they're able to maintain this level of occupancy in a year or 2 years.
Here, say something to the audience.
Hello.
You want it?
No.
Thank you to all of our 407 subscribers as of this writing. We appreciate every single one of you, and also to all of our followers on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Flickr. A special thank you to our Patreon contributor Mike Wilson and all of our friends in the Dead Mall community who have helped us grow with their support. If you'd like to become a patron, please see the link in the description. Coming soon, a trip to Northwest Ohio for 3 malls I'm very excited to show you, and much more. Thank you once again from Ron and I at Unicom Productions, and we'll see you next time.